SMT Nation, we back. Nation, I want to discuss something from the TMobile Earnings Report Q3 2023. Mostly viewed as a pretty good earnings performance for Q3. T-Mobile showed some strong financials, continuing to grow in the consumer business. Fixed wireless access continues to be a segment of the business that is going to be a success story in the future. There's a lot of good things there, right? But one of the ugly things, one of the nasty things, and there are a few, but one that sticks out to me is a story that dates back to August. And the reason why I want to bring it up today is because the reason why T-Mobile's success was highlighted today at the earnings conference was the fact that they hit a very big milestone in free cash flow, and they are guiding up that free cash flow. And now we know how they did it and why they did it. All right, I'll be sure to link the article from The Verge describing the history of the 5,000 worker layoff for T-Mobile most recently last quarter. In Q3 of 2023. So I'll link to the article will be there, and then ways to support the SMT YouTube channel also in the description as well. If you want to support your favorite creators, there's all sorts of ways you could do that. Okay, so back in August, this is dated August 24th, 2023. We caught wind of this. We did a story on it. You guys already know that this happened. Mind you, there were probably, 3, 4, maybe 5 other mass layoffs over at T-Mobile in the past. And I just want to highlight and say T-Mobile is not alone, right? Layoffs, usually the first thing that companies do when they need to improve financials at the company, right? You take the lambs to slaughter, right? And the reason they do this is because they can save a lot of money very quickly, usually responding within a quarter, And this is what T-Mobile did. Now, this is not unique to T-Mobile. It's not a T-Mobile only issue. Verizon laid off a similar number of folks. I know AT&T historically does mass scale layoffs in the tens of thousands at times, multiple times, annually, right? Nobody's giving any company a pass here. But the reason why I bring this up today is because of the timing, right? This is dated in August. I truly believe that T-Mobile, in order to hit this $4 billion in free cash flow, this is something that T-Mobile had to do to hit that mark. Without those layoffs, I don't think they were going to get there. And I'm not sure how much impact it was going to have on this quarter materially, or if it was to secure hitting the free cash flow for Q4. Because remember, they're guiding up. I believe that this 5,000 worker layoff is how they got to the point where they could guide up in free cash flow. So you guys hear what I have to say in these videos, and you hear my commentary. This is an open-minded monologue in which I think aloud and I offer my logical commentary and my opinion that is based on a set of events that have led to this point. AT&T has been doing this in order to hit their mark and guide up. They laid off tens of thousands. They're more profitable. They have a better ARPU than T-Mobile, and it's substantial. It's by like 15%. And Verizon is culpable. They do these things too. And I call T-Mobile AT&T Junior. And these are some of the reasons why. And they tried to move people's forced migration in their plans. They've done some pretty shady stuff, with employees in the past and with plans and Sprint and all that. There have been so many things since 2020, since the merger. But I just want to make sure that we are on the up and up here. T-Mobile laid off these 5,000 folks because they were unable to accelerate their free cash flows as they promised. That's pretty simple and straightforward, and I think the logic and the reasoning is sound, and I'll stand on that. I do feel very strongly in that thought process, and I think how T-Mobile goes from point A to point B to point C is through moves like this. They continue to pull levers to really try to reward the investor and keeping the investor from leaving. If you guys look, the T-Mobile stock price over the last year, basically flat. There's been no movement. and they have recently become profitable. So what gives? Doesn't that seem strange to you? Maybe there's more to this. Maybe there are other moving parts that we haven't even considered yet that deserve some exploring. We'll see. We'll continue to follow these elements of their business and see how things go. What say you? Sound off in the comment section below. You are the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.